Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your June 2018 reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. Just like everyone else, I am apologizing for the lack of quality of these videos. Probably going to be like this next month as well. I'm not doing an intro either for reasons. And in lieu of an intro, I decided that I would do a really kind of intense meditation for each sign before I begin the reading or before I turn the camera on, to kind of come in contact with what it is that, you're just kind of meant to know. Just very intuitively what I'm feeling when I'm thinking about Taurus, okay? And the message that really was kind of standing out to me was, you have no idea what you're capable of, and I'm gonna show you. I, meaning my higher, contact, whatever, I don't know. The universe, I'm gonna show you. And it is very uncomfortable to come into this place where you are electrically charged. I'm sure you could feel it. I'm sure, like there's no doubt in my mind. Everyone's feeling it, but I can't imagine how you guys are feeling it. You have an opposition with Jupiter as well. Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio in your 7th house, which does tell me that you're probably even more agitated than most people, which is tough because everyone's pretty agitated or has been. And as Uranus gets settled this month and next month and kind of, sets up shop in its new location, you will start to feel more calm, but it's not going to entirely go away. So I wouldn't expect it to entirely go away. Uranus is a planet that instills change. And, well, there you go. Wheel of Fortune. It couldn't even be better than that. Like I said, you have no idea what you're capable of, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so last month I named the reading Brace Yourself. Aquarius got that title this month. You may still need to continue to cling to the walls for support, but eventually you're going to have to make a go for it. You're going to have to do something. And while you're kind of still sorry, I don't normally do this, and every once in a while it will happen where I'll see the bottom of the deck when I'm just kind of waving the cards around. And there we go. So here we have the Tower, the shock factor, the electricity that is coming in and just kind of boom, kind of shattering the energy field. And it's not as though all of you are having huge things happening in your life. I mean, many people are, right? Many people are fighting a lot. Many people are making big moves and all of this. But not everyone is, But yet the whole vibe is just so different. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune is a promise of good things. It's a message to have faith that you are being divinely guided. You are being connected with a future version of self. Future, and here we have a card of victory and success. Future being our perception of future with linear time. there's this big picture quality that I've been getting for a few of the signs, not all of them, but you might be one of them, where it's like you're kind of taking this very, very high perspective of your life right now, and you're really analyzing this moment in time in relation to other moments in time, where you're like, okay, I am in a new era and I can feel it. I do have a new chapter in front of me. I can feel it. And it's almost as though you're analyzing your past just as much as you are analyzing your future. And there are lots of ideas coming to you right now. There's a lot of information being downloaded in your minds and in your souls. And like I said, you are being connected with this directionality. You're getting plugged in. So your future is as much a reality as your past. And there's a bravery about you, or there's going to need to be a bravery about you to sort of head into an unknown space, to head into a place of something so different. And it's hard for Taurus because you are the sign of liking consistency and persistence, and you do like, you know, things to be comfortable. And, you know, I call you guys my cozy sign. You know, you like to be cozy, you and Pisces. You like things to be very familiar and comfortable. So when you are in the face of change, I'm trying to formulate this concept in my mind, because I don't think anyone can attack change the way you can. Your opposite is Scorpio. And you are symbolized by the bull. Well, what does a bull do? It charges, right? It charges after stuff. So when there's something that's triggering it, it just goes for it. So it's not like you guys can't handle change. It's not like you guys are, you know, I mean, you're just as flexible as inflexible as everyone else. You know, we all have our areas of life where we don't like certain things and where we do like certain things. You know, I mean, that's kind of the essence of the zodiac. We are all of the signs, right? So it's not like you can't, and it's not like you won't. You definitely will. The thing and the key right now is truly to keep things as moderate as possible. Right now is not the best time to be jumping into extremes. Things are coming your way. Wheel of Fortune. This could actually mean fortune. All right. Because your sign is associated with money, there is a material element there for sure. And I expect Taurus to be making very, very big strides or making huge revisions to their career paths, okay? Because they are going to be redefining themselves even more so than the past 8 years, in the upcoming 8 years. I forget how long the transit is, 2025, 2026, something like that. But man, do you have manifestation power right now. I mean, Uranus is the god of gods, right? I mean, he was the one that birthed the Titans, if I remember correctly, right? I mean, he was not one to sit idly by. Trying to wait for another card to come out. Doesn't really seem to be wanting to come out. Let's see this one. Yeah, okay. Another major arcana, Chariot reverse. Like I said, now is not a time to be rash. I really think that you are not quite at a point in time where you're ready to make that charge forward, where you're not quite, you know, ready to say go for it. The universe really is in control right now. The universe is kind of conspiring in your favor. Energy is shifting to kind of, the energy flows the way rivers flow and the way currents within the ocean flow. And right now, it's kind of maybe hitting a few obstacles because of the Uranus transit. It's like readjusting. It's having to carve out a new path against some kind of rock or some kind of resistance, so it's got to work its way around it. So in the meantime, you have to just sort of wait for that energy to make its way around the barrier, to make its way to you. And there's just not really a lot you can do, because I think you don't even know what to do anyway. Even if you wanted to help, you wouldn't even know what to do. It's very important to ensure that you're in alignment right now, to ensure that the decisions that you're making today are properly raising your vibrations as high as possible, because Uranus can go drastically in either direction, toward the negative or toward the positive. People who are of the Taurus sign, who are negative or who are being pessimistic and Debbie Downers and negative Nancys, okay? Those are the people that are probably going to get thrown a shitstorm. The people that are remaining calm and who are meditating and who are really coming in contact with a higher purpose, those are the people that are going to be rewarded. The agitation is kind of like our tests. How well do we handle the discomfort, right? Those things, that feeling that pushes us to the edge. Some people are making really big decisions, right? Like a couple weeks ago, I was in Miami, and I'm in Belgrade, Serbia right now, just FYI, guys. That's why my whole setup is all different. But a couple weeks ago, I was in Miami, and I did my weekly bump, which is a kind of a video that I do once a week to just kind of touch base and, touch base with the collective consciousness and all of that. And I had so many things come hurling at me with friends, like friend of a friend got pregnant unexpectedly. My other friend's husband randomly quit his job, and she was like, they're not particularly financially super well off, right? So it was like, why are you quitting your job? Like, we need you to have that job. And it was because, he was just feeling restless. My other friend got in a car accident, right? Just because she was a little bit road rage, not paying attention and feeling frustrated. And so she, and that's kind of the energy that's at play. And how well do we handle that level of like the universe is coming and kind of shaking us, grabbing us by the shoulders and shaking us? Do we remain calm? Do we remain collected? I told you guys last month, like I said, brace yourselves. It was a message to grab onto something, hang on, because just the world around us was kind of at a whirlwind. I think it is calming itself out now, but still people are unsettled. There is work in front of you. Uranus is not like Jupiter, right? It's not like, oh, here you go, here's everything in the world. It is a burden sometimes. It can feel like we are supposed to be, like, if we want what we want, we are going to have to do what needs to be done. Like, we can't just sit there and let things roll in. Opportunities will roll in, things will come in, but once it occurs, once it comes in, well, then you have your work cut out for you, right? So like my friend who had her husband quit his job, so he's quitting it, he's a pool cleaner, and he's like, well, I'm going to start my own business. And she's like, okay, but you know, who's going to do the books? Who's going to do the scheduling? Who's going to, because she has a full-time job, right? And he's like just thinking that he's just going to go clean pools. Like, no. You have to go marketing, you have to meet people, you have to grow your clientele, you have to properly schedule, you have to go buy all your equipment and your materials. And like, she's like all worried because, you know, he's not considering the workload. And yes, it's a new opportunity, and I'm not trying to project her stuff onto you guys. It's just an example of something that recently occurred that I can use for visualization purposes, right? But like, the work's not over. It's in front of you. And it's not always going to be bad, right? Like I said, like Uranus can bring huge gains as well. Some of you are definitely going to be making major strides in your career. You're going to be making major strides in your finances. You're going to be making major strides in your path of life, you know? And when Jupiter starts going direct in the next couple months, like, you're going to really feel an expansiveness. And this is a card of Jupiter. Jupiter is good luck. It is good fortune, okay? It is weird. There's a lot to clarify in this reading, okay? We will clarify the Chariot reverse, this Ace of Coins as well, 10 of Wands, and also this Moon. And actually the High Priestess kind of I feel very connected with as well. There's something brewing kind of, I think, below the surface in your subconscious, in your mind, in your kind of spirit, your soul. There's something stirring. And that stirring is probably a desire of your higher purpose. You know, I think that some of you are like, you know, I'm not saying you're all going to be quitting your jobs, but I do think that you're going to at least be incorporating something else into your life that gives you some more higher level sense of fulfillment, right? That's kind of the essence of Taurus, right? Self-love and self-respect. And sometimes that is found through the service of others. And because Uranus is on board and we've got Mars coming into Aquarius, there is an element of humanity, no doubt about it. There is an element of humanity. And you guys have Aquarius in your 10th house, right? House of career. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. House of career. So, a lot of career progress, a lot of drive in that area of your life right now. But when Mars goes retrograde in June, there's going to be some like, wait, was that the right decision? Right? That's why I'm saying to not do anything rash right now, because next month Mars goes retrograde and you're going to be feeling like a lot of projects are, you know, you're going to feel very aggressive toward things in the beginning, but then they're going to kind of fizzle out. But if you're deeply connected and you're deeply passionate about it and it's something you genuinely care about and you feel that it is in line with your sort of higher purpose, then you're going to be able to keep it going. So you're going to need to be very selective about the things that you choose to give your time, energy, effort, money, resources to. Okay? Like I said, there's something brewing, there's something stirring beneath the surface, and it's not being clearly defined right now. There's no way for it to be clearly defined because the energy is just too electric right now. The shock factor hasn't quite worn off. So just be aware, pay attention, do your meditations, connect, pray, journal, whatever it is you need to do to feel the ethereal knowledge and the ethereal wisdom course through you. Wow, 6 of Cups coming out for the first time this month. It is so important for you to live in the moment. This is an opportunity for you to perhaps rectify something karmic There is a possibility of someone coming back. I'm not going to lie, right? That kind of is a generic message with the Six of Cups, so I got to throw that in. Someone coming back to recontact you again. We'll definitely clarify that. Who is that? What does that mean? What does that really represent? And I did feel like as Uranus was at the very last few degrees of Aries, I did feel like it was throwing us a whole bunch of tests. And I know a lot of people don't really believe that per se, but I felt that we were having things from the past come back up specifically for us to prove to ourselves that we made it through, that we have in fact changed, that we have in fact evolved. And once we got that validation that yes, I have become different, I have matured, then we were able to kind of re-enter. So I'm wondering if there's something happening there with that regard. So we'll see what that one says. There's a King of Wands. See, you're not quite in possession of all the information that you need, right? There's something still very, like I said, below the surface happening here. I'm not getting the presence of someone else unless this represents someone else, but I'm going to speak very openly about this, but we'll clarify who that is in the comprehensive. So the King of Wands it's a card of Leo, first of all. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, actually, maybe a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, water sign, a water quality as well. Fire and water for sure. King of Wands is so big picture. He's very innovative, very creative. He sees the end point. He sees the possibilities. But he's not always necessarily the best at attaining, the day-to-day mundane goals in order to achieve the big picture. They have a difficult time connecting the dots from point A to point Z. Okay, they just want to be at point Z. If this represents you, it is telling me that right now your mind is maybe a little overwhelmed with everything. And that's why the energy needs to settle, right? Everything in moderation. We just need to scale it back. We need to just have a lot of patience. We just need to chill out and relax a little bit, because when we are feeling so electrified, we can make extremely rash decisions, like my friend who husband quit his job, right? He didn't think things through. And knowing about this Mars retrograde, you can kind of preempt some of this agitation, because I don't think the agitation, like I said, it's not entirely going to go away. So you're going to feel very gung-ho about things. But see here, I think this is a little bit further on down the road, like things aren't really going to be able to really push through the way that I think that you would really like them to, like today. Do you know what I mean? And again, there's still stuff that you can't really see. You haven't achieved, or like I said, you're not in possession of all the information that you need. So it's better for you to wait to let that information come first, and then make decisions, because it actually might make your life a whole heck of a lot easier. Okay, it really, really might. And there's no need for you to overburden yourself if you really don't have to. So now is a good time to just wait, because there's no rush. Like I said in the beginning, you have no idea what you're capable of, and I'm going to show you. So just wait. All right. So a lot to clarify in the comprehensives. All right, you guys, I hope you got some insight from this. I really, really wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much. If I don't see you on the website, then I will see you next month. Take care.